allow me to speak about crutches, financial crutches that people put on themselves, excuses that we make to be able to either explain away our responsibility to take financial responsibility, or trying to tell us, or trying to make excuses as to why you're not saving, investing, and growing your wealth. And this is the one of the excuses I hear from young people. People between the age of 20 to 30. The first excuse that they always say is, I am too young to do this investing thing. You're too young to do this investing thing, so you want to party all you want to show off all you want to enjoy all your money 100%, take a loan, and even go into debt because of trying to finance a lifestyle, because you are young, you want to party. In Swahili they say, vunja mifupa kama bado meno iko, meaning party while you still can, dance while you still can, party and let the years waste away. Unfortunately, a lot of people take this excuse far too far. Even a 35-year-old wants to say that they are still young and want to enjoy life. They want to still spend money haphazardly. The problem is, the biggest resource in this world is flying away, and that is time. Time is the most expensive thing on this earth, and that is why even if you are rich, you could not be able to buy back time. And that is why there is a lot of discoveries, or a lot of experimentation, and a lot of research being done to be able to see how you can be able to slow down time and the adverse effects of time. People are trying to look younger for longer, trying to look cooler and thinner for longer while getting older. Why? Because time is the most valuable thing in the world. So don't waste your time. Don't let your money that could have used this resource of time to grow waste away. And how is it wasting away? Let me give you a scenario. When you are young, you're not earning a lot of money. So assuming from the age that you are 20, you start saving 5,000 shillings every month, $50, 5,000 shillings, $50 every month. You put away in an investment that is generating some at least 10% value. Just put it away. It's not a lot of money these days for a lot of people. And you can be able to give that. Just give that. And the rest you can be able to enjoy as you want to enjoy. Put it away. 5,000, compounding. This money, it generates interest, then is again compounded and is able to create capital from the interest. So you're not withdrawing and you're just putting 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. There are many investments that you can be able to do. Money market funds, government bonds, a lot of investments that can give you 10%, especially in Kenya, in Africa, and a part of the world. Just 10%. Give it just 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. At the end of 10 years, you would be having a cool million Kenya shillings, or $10,000. You have created money just because you have been able to get a small portion of the money that you're making and forgetting about it and thinking not about it and putting away towards investment. So by the time somebody has stopped partying with the crutch that we are talking about, by the time they're hitting 30 and they want to start becoming financially responsible, get married and do all these things, you already have your million. While they were earning the same as you, but they cannot be able to account for the years because they were enjoying. And remember, 5,000 is not a lot of money. If you sit down and enjoy a good meal and a few drinks with friends, 5,000 is gone very fast. So it is money that you can be able to afford to keep away. But because you did not take the time to put this money away, you suffer the consequences of not creating wealth. So imagine at 30, somebody is already a million shillings ahead of the race. When you are starting, you're earning the same amount of money. When will you ever reach them? If they continue with the same trend, you would have to invest 15,000 every single month if you're starting from scratch at 30, so that you can be able to catch up to them. If they maintain the same trend of 5,000, you'll have to spend to invest 15,000 to be able to catch up to them by the time both of you are 40. So you have to put a lot more effort, put a lot more pressure on yourself just because somebody started the race earlier. And that is how a lot of people lose money. They leave money on the table. Money that you should be making, no matter how small, no matter how big, as long as you're putting it consistently and it is generating value and it is growing and giving you some result, and you're taking the result and keeping it again away, you'll be able to grow your wealth so much better. Now think about it. If this young man who started with the 5,000 at 20 decides that now I'm earning a little bit more and starts increasing that amount, say to 10,000, you would have to again put 20,000 and you would have to take another 12 years to catch up with this same person. Where people start the race, before you know you are even competing, somebody is way ahead while you are dancing and in drunken state and stupor because of your partying ways. Somebody has moved miles ahead. Then you get into retirement. This person has been saving without pressure, slowly by slowly, has grown wealth, can be able to retire, and you have to work an extra 10 years after they have retired to catch up with them. Who is really enjoying life. You partied all you could with the little money that you had, and this person partied a little bit less, nursed a little bit less hangovers, and is able to rest and is able to retire when they want at their terms 10 years before you. This thing called money can either imprison you or can be able to make you become free. If it is too late, if it is late, you cannot be able to say by the time you are 20, you have no excuse. You just have to put a little bit more effort on that person and continuously increase your effort. If you get a paycheck, you increase. If you get a 10% rise in your salary, increase your savings rate by 10% or even more. If you have to do if inflation goes up by 10%, increase your investment again by 10% every single month. So you keep up with inflation, are able to get ahead of the curve and are able to get into retirement with some comfort. I meet a lot of people who have a lot of financial regrets. You get to an age where you are 50, 60, entered into retirement. You cannot be able to meet medical bills that have now increased. You have aging parents who are also sick. You are in constant pressure. Your mental state is not well. Your health is not doing well because you are psychologically in torture, thinking of what you could have done, when you could have done it, and you are filled with regrets. You cannot be able to take your children who are now in university. You cannot be able to pay their fees. You cannot be able to pay for high schoolers that you got in old age. You cannot be able to move simply because your financial choices were unwise. So stop imprisoning yourself with money. See money as a way to make wealth, as a way to unlock creativity, and as a way to unlock freedom, not as something that you work hard towards. The people that I feel the most sorry for or I pity the most are people who earn the money, use all the money, at the end of the month they are zero and then they start again. I even pity people who are not only investing but they're getting into debt. So you are not only creating wealth, you are actually going net worth negative. So if you're competing with the same person who is putting 5,000 and they're the same person who is taking mobile top-ups and salary advances to be able to meet your exorbitant living expenses, then my friend, you will be the slave to the person who is saving the 5,000. I tell you for sure. You will be begging for bread to the same person that you are earning the same amount of money but made constantly different choices throughout your life. You may not have started at the right foot at the right time, but if you can start now and increase and be persistent, you can generally be able to be better off financially. If you are in your 50s, it is not too late. You can always start. You can always earn a new skill. You can always look at ways to be able to reduce your expenses, increase your income, and be able to create a little bit of wealth, even though it is late, but at least will be able to give you a buffer as opposed to your other colleagues who will not be able to do the same thing that I share. Young people are using their youngness as a crutch as to why they're not investing. Yet, this is the key that will be able to separate you from constant pressure in your 30s and 40s to catch up and a lot of poverty while in retirement. I hope you're learning, you're growing, and becoming better in your financial affairs. My name It's George Kingori, your online finance guy, who talks about all things finance. How can you be able to save, invest, and grow your wealth? Remember to subscribe to the channel, to like this video, and to tell me that you are listening and you are tuned in. Thank you. Enjoy your day.